What's up, guys? Good morning. It's July 23rd, 2026. Quick little recap on the day. So, I did not trade on my valuations last night. I had a winning day over Asia, and so I did some paper trading today, and these are my trades. Real quick. Took one loss, one win. Coming into this day over here, let me see. We were looking pretty bearish. Pretty bearish over here. We had 1 hour. We had some sell side over here that we had swept out on the 15. Again, we were bearish. I wanted to see some sort of retracement back up into OTE or equilibrium. Let me clean most of this up real quick. So yeah, so we had this. So we had this swing low, and then we had this bearish gap down here. We had this bearish gap, and then we had this guy right here as well. Going to the 5 minute, we had this guy over this 5 minute bearish as well, but pretty much what happens is we get this accumulating, we get this manipulation swing higher, strong move up into, what is this, 50%, into this 15 minute right here. At this point we had inverse this guy and this guy with some strong displacement higher. From this swing high to this swing low here, we came into OTE over here, almost came into the 705. At this point, I didn't want to short the strong move, but I was still kind of leaning a little bit bearish. I wanted to see how we reacted, so we came down into this OTE, and we came up into this, we inverse this gap, push higher. At this point, I was leaning a little bit bullish, so then I ended up taking, as you can see, this trade right here. Right here. Stops. Who's my idea? 727. About right there. Quick in and out. This wasn't the most ideal trade at this point because, again, we were bearish. We came into this 15 minute, we rejected OTE, strong displacement, and we came back up into this 1 minute here. Ideally, what would have been best if we had waited for a clear break of structure, so we came up, pulled back down here, then broke out of this high. We never really had that break of structure towards the upside, even though we were bullish here. Pull back, retrace here, started pushing higher into this 1 minute. So it could have been a good long, but at this point, the higher time frame prevailed, right? So quick loss at that point. We came down, we finally got the sweep of this low here. So we have a low, a high, a higher low, lower high, then a lower low. Strong displacement here. We were rejecting out of here once again. We also came into OT of here and rejected out of this 1 minute here. At that point, that's whenever I took the shorts right here, stopped at this high. You know, I was going to target lower, but I ended up getting out right here because of, well, this shot that I sat in for 30 minutes. So initially, we had this, we come into here and we get this strong reaction. I thought we were going straight to TP. And we come back up, set a new high, dump lower, push higher, lower, and we kind of just chop for a little bit. And we're kind of creating this trend line liquidity here. But I didn't move my stop up until we had taken this low right here. Then I moved my stops to here, and I kind of just let it chop around until eventually we got that clean displacement to this low. And yeah, at that point I was like, I'm going to get out here, we're chopping really bad, and then yeah, right after we get this 100-point candle, which would have been saw me out break even. But yeah, pretty choppy morning, paper trade. So it wasn't very stressful. I didn't really have a tough time micromanaging it or anything. It was pretty easy, simple trade for me. I just sat there and I held and I watched it. However, these conditions aren't very tradable. Yesterday we kind of did the same thing. We kind of just chopped, like, strong move in one direction, real no entry, and then we kind of just shop around, right? For like an hour for the rest of the day or whatever. So, not great conditions. Tomorrow is a new day. It's Friday. It's gonna be Friday. We'll be on the evals trading. I will record. I thought I was recording this, but I wasn't, and I didn't realize until after that I was just paused the whole time. So yeah. So probably ideal trade for me. I mean, obviously this would have been the best top tick into this 15-minute right here, and that OTE. I mean, you probably could have just done like a stop at these highs or over this 7-9 OTE. And then the next one would have been up here, of course, into this 1 minute right here. OTE of this range back up, and then to take these shorts. So yeah, that was about it. 1 for 2 paper trade. 1 day away from passing my well, I'm not 1 day away, but ideally we can pass this guy tomorrow. Maybe even get one winning day. And then I'm 2 days in on a TPT eval. So I got 3 more days starting tomorrow on that one. Gonna take that long half pass there, about 1400. Gonna take that one real slow. It's kind of my backup, and see if I can build that up into daily payouts, get a buffer there, and then just kind of focus on this guy. But yeah, overall, pretty chill day, pretty choppy day, and let's see if we can get some solid price action overnight for a good Friday end of the week. So yeah, y'all take it easy. Have a good rest of your day. Go work out. Go have a good day, and see you guys later. Peace.